Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Larry. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, Patty. How are you? Good to see you. So, anyway, I haven't done a live Q&A in a really long time because we've been traveling so much this summer. It's been crazy. So tell me what's new with you guys. Leave comments, ask questions. Meanwhile, while people are coming in, I'll say hi for a few minutes and then I got yelled at the last live I did. I got yelled at from somebody saying that I said hi too many times. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Um, so, hi, Kathleen. How are you? Hi, Wendy. How are you? Let's see what's new. So, I got the Ninja Speedy. Has anyone heard of that one yet? It's one of the newer models of it's well, it's not a Ninja Foodie. It's a Ninja Speedy. So it's not a pressure cooker, but it does all the things that the OL series does. It just doesn't pressure cook. So I got that today or yesterday or the day before maybe, and I took it out of the box yesterday and started to cook with it a little bit. So far it's the same as the foodie, except it doesn't have pressure cook. It's square though, so it's kind of interesting. So I have mixed feelings about it right now, but I don't want to pass any judgments until I use it a little bit more. Hi, Patty. How are you? Hi, Leslie. Hi, and I'm seeing somebody with a Facebook user, so I can't say hi, which shouldn't really happen because I went live on my business page, but I am anyway seeing a Facebook user, so I can't say hi directly to you, but whoever you are, hi. Hi, Deb. Hi, Norma. Hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Joanne. Hi, Ellen. Good evening. Hi, Elaine. Elaine. I know I'm not saying that right. The comments are coming in so fast. I'm going to try to get this. Elaine. I'm not going to be able to say it right. I'm so sorry. I can't say it right. Hi, Diane. How are you? Hey, Brittany. How are you doing? Hi, Dustin. How are you? Hi, Linda. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Christy from Biloxi. And I don't know exactly. That's down near the border, right? I'm up on the border of Tennessee in Corinth right now. That's where my office is. Hi, Donna. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Tammy. Deb, you were the Facebook user. Okay. Hi, Susan. Sue, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. Um, Hi, Barb. Hi, Diana. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Love. I love that. Hi, Love. Um, Hi, Ramona. Hi, Anne. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Kathleen from Australia. So it's Wednesday, right? Wednesday morning. Wouldn't it be? Yeah, Wednesday morning in Australia. And I don't remember the Netherlands. It's like middle of the night, isn't it, Ellen? Something like that, or really we early in the morning. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Anne. Hi, Robin. I'm going to show this vegan options would be great, but I can't address you because it just comes up Facebook user. It must be your settings. And vegan options, I do have a few. I'm not vegan though, and it's really hard to do. I mean, it's not hard to do vegetables or beans or things like that I just know are considered vegan. But it's really hard when you get into actual recipes because there are ingredients that I would tend to think are vegan and they're not. There's some ingredient in there that's not considered vegan. So I have to read all the labels very carefully and then ask people like, is this really vegan? Same thing with keto, same thing with vegetarians. I mean, I'm so nervous about getting it wrong, and getting it wrong is worse than not doing it at all, in my opinion. So I shy away from the tags vegan, vegetarian. I will do low carb, but shy away from keto, even though I do have a keto recipe coming out because I know it's keto, except for I put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in it, and that's not necessarily keto, but so I'll probably get yelled at for that too. Okay. Hi, Apoorv. How are you? Hi, Anne. Hi, Sue. Anne again. Hi, Jan. Hi, Diana. Hi, Terry. Hi, Jolieanne. How are you? Joanne, how are you? Do I have a vegan group? I don't because I'm not vegan. I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure. I would think that there would be a vegan a specific vegan group, or maybe even a combination vegetarian vegan. I know that they're different, but there might be one for the Ninja Foodie, but I don't because I'm not vegan. I would not know the first thing about like. I use this term loosely, policing the group, so to speak. You know, I wouldn't know, and I just don't do it. Hi, Dorothy. I'm glad you made it. Hi, Ramona. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Pam. So Diana says, what are we cooking today? So Diane, today is a Q&A, not a Tasty Tuesday. Jeff works every other Tuesday and he is on day shift. So he'll be home actually in a few minutes. And I have a little surprise. Now, I don't think he's watching. If he's watching, he probably won't come home, right? Because I didn't prep dinner. I ran out of time. I was supposed to test a recipe for, it's an almond Parmesan encrusted chicken breast, right? And I ran out of time, but I've got the speedy. So I've got the book over there set up, and we've got different things he can choose from, but we're going to have chicken breast because it's in the fridge. It needs to be used. So we've got chicken breast. He can pick from different vegetables, and he's going to make a speedy meal while I'm doing the live. He doesn't know it though. So if he's watching, like I said, he won't come home. He'll be like, oh no, you're not going to do that to me. But if I get him when he comes in the door, and he's not going to say no with all of you guys on the watching and listening, he's not going to say no to me. So anyway, I'm so excited because I'm like, you can do it. That's the whole thing about the speedy. It's supposed to be speedy and easy. And it doesn't have pressure cook. It has a lot of options, but it's supposed to be pretty straightforward. So we'll see. We'll find out in a few minutes, right? Okay, well, Brittany, shoot for your canning topics. This is open. It's not, I don't do it any longer just for Ninja Foodie questions because it's just too limiting and I want to try to help as much as I can. I'm not an expert I'm not an expert really in anything, but I'm certainly not an expert on cooking. I'm not classically trained or anything like that, but I do have a lot of experience and I've dabbled in a lot of different things. So hopefully I can help. So Brittany, just shoot your questions. Hi, Holly. Hi, Petra. I'm doing well. Thank you. It's 10 a.m. on Wednesday in Australia. That's what I thought. Mary, oh, great. You made the hash browns. That's wonderful. We had those last night. So I tested a recipe for air fryer burgers yesterday. I have a recipe I used broil when I first got the Ninja Foodie, but I thought let's do air fry. Let's see what the difference is. And I tried really hard not to flip. If you've seen the video for my burgers, or a lot of my videos, I'm a flipper. Like I love to flip food. It's just one of those things. I tried really hard not to flip, but I flipped. At the very end, I flipped. The last 2 minutes, I flipped. I just can't stop. Jeff was even saying, you're a flipper. I'm like, yeah, I'm a flipper. And we had the hash browns, pulled them out of the freezer and we had the hash browns with them. It was great. Hi, it's me, Angela D. How are you? Hi, Amanda. Netherlands, 2 a.m. My goodness, that is early in the morning. Okay, yeah, in Biloxi, where all the casinos are. I'm going down to Pensacola, Florida, to visit with some friends. They don't live there, but one of my friends is in a class right now in Texas, and so they're going to meet up. Not Texas. Maybe it is Texas. No, Alabama. No, it's not Texas. It's Alabama. And they're going to meet us down in Pensacola, so we're going to go there. Okay, Jolene, good evening. So here is a question. Oh, I got the Bria. I got a story about that. Okay, so let me get to that, the Bria tacos. But first, good evening. I've had my Ninja for a while. Where do I find pans to bake with it? So there's a couple of pans I recommend, but if you're just starting to get a set and you want to bake, of course, it depends on what you want to bake, because if you want to bake like cupcakes or small cupcakes, you might want to do one of the silicone egg molds. However, silicone doesn't conduct heat that well. Sometimes you have little issues with that. I recommend the Ninja baking kit. It's got an 8-inch all-purpose pan. It's got a crisping tray, like a little rack, like a little pizza pan. And then it has a loaf pan for breads and different things. I mean, you can do anything in it really. But I like that set. It's dark, coated, nonstick. It really has held up. I mean, I've had mine for, gosh, as long as the as long as I've had my Ninja, which is, I guess, 4 years now. Not a scratch on it. I use it all the time. I mean, it's really, really great. I also recommend Fat Daddio pans, 8-inch and 6-inch. But to get specific, number one, you can look on my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/the salted pepper. You can go under Ninja Foodie accessories, and I have a bunch of them that I've bought on Amazon that I feel are good quality and do a good job. And they're multi-purpose. You know, you can use them for different things. So really it's just finding the measurements, you know, that you've got to get something. I even have a 9-inch pie pan on there. So if you wanted to do some kind of pies, although I'll tell you, pies are a little tricky. You really need to blind bake the crust first because the airflow, it's just such a small enclosure. It doesn't get all the way around. So, you know, some baking can be kind of tricky. And when it gets too tricky, it's like, you know, use the oven or use something else, unless it's the only, you know, appliance that you have, which is true for some, you know, people that are using them full time in their RV or truck drivers. A lot of times we'll have the Ninja Foodie. And then there are ways to work around like baking things. But pies and cakes tend to be a little difficult to get done. All right, except, well, there are some that you can pressure cook, but all of them aren't very good with texture when you pressure cook. Okay, so let's talk birria taco recipe. Okay, so first of all, I've never had birria tacos, but they're interesting to me. I'm going to have to find a place to go get them that I know they're good so I can really find out if my recipe's good. So I started playing around with it. Now, I made it, I think, a little too spicy for me. I got the steps all wrong. I I turned on the blender and it like blew everywhere. I just did things really wrong. All my steps were wrong. But the end result was delicious, although a little spicy. It was delicious. So definitely I'm working on it. But I need to make the steps easy, and they weren't. It was not easy. You would think it would be, but it wasn't. So I need to work on that. And then I also need to work on the flavoring a little bit. It was a little too strong in some areas, a little too spicy, not balanced well. So I'm working on that. But first, I really need to find a place to eat them so I know what they're supposed to taste like. And that's so subjective sometimes. But anyway, I'm working on it. I am working on it. All right. What do you think of the new Speedy? I kind of touched on this in the very beginning of the video. I am on the fence right now about it. Like, I don't think it's a bad appliance or anything. I'm not sure why you would ever need it if you have the OL series Ninja Foodie. And I'm not sure if you're a Ninja Foodie fan, why you would like go over to the Speedy and give up pressure cook unless it's a price point thing, which is certainly valid. Like if you have an older model of the Ninja Foodie, you kind of want a second air fryer and you want the steam crisp and some of the other features, but you don't really need another pressure cooker. That would be a reason why you might jump over to the Speedy. But I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. It works. I mean, I did what did I do? Yeah, I did. Oh, well, today I made garlic. I'm working on air fryer garlic knots. And I decided to test them in both the older model of the Ninja Foodie using air crisp and using steam crisp on the Speedy. And they cooked the same. It took about, well, no, because it took a little time to come up, you know, get the steam built for the countdown to start. So really they took about the same time and they had the same results. Both were good. But I didn't see any real major advantage to using the steam and crisp with the garlic knots. They both have the same texture. With bread, though, I have seen a big difference with the OL series using steam and crisp or steam and bake. You get a really nice crunchy loaf, more so than when you just use air crisp or bake in the older Ninja Foodies. All right. So it's 1 a.m. in England. My goodness gracious. Hi, Santonda. How are you? Hi, Joanne. Oh, I think I said hi to you anyway. You're thanking me for something, and I don't remember what I said, but anyway, okay. You're welcome. Okay, still waiting patiently for liver and onions. I know. Just talked about that the other day. I don't know how to make beef liver. I've never had it, and I think that's what most people want, but I really love chicken livers, so I could do that pretty easily. All right, let's see. Okay, Brittany's talking to somebody else. All right. I'm so glad, Anne, that you like the hash browns. That's awesome. Hey, Trisha. Hi, Robin. All right, great. Thank you. And this is Aporv. I hope I said that correct. Aporv Adida. I hope so. Anyway, hi, welcome. Hi, Linda. Happy Tuesday. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Um, Susan, thank you. Says she loves watching me when I'm cooking. The only reason why I'm not cooking on this well, because it's Q&A, I'm supposed to be answering questions, but Jeff isn't here and it's impossible. I've even tried to film like little videos that I could just put up, like little quick videos, like if I'm testing a recipe or something or discovered something. I am horrible at it. Like I'm really horrible at it. So he has to be here for me to do it. Hi John, how are you? Hi, Loom. How are you? Hi, Katie. Do you make steak in the Ninja? Diana, yeah, I have. I've done a bunch of different steaks, and Jeff and I we even have a recipe for air fryer frozen steak, which surprisingly was delicious. Like, I didn't think it would be. I don't know. I was nervous about it, but it was his birthday and I forgot. I forgot it was his birthday this year. Can you imagine? Like I totally forgot. I saw it on Facebook probably like 15 minutes or so before he was gonna come home from work. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I would probably had something like I was making for dinner that he doesn't even like. But can't do that to him on his birthday, right? So I said, well, I have some frozen steaks. I think they were ribeyes. I'm pretty sure they were. Like, hey, no time like the present to test this out, right? I'm going to test air fryer frozen steak. They were so good. I was really shocked. But yeah, I've done all kinds of steaks, and I've changed up whether I use broil, air crisp. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I can really tell the difference that much. I mean, if any, really. I mean, heat is heat. I think with the ribeye, I think we liked broil better, but the air fryer from frozen worked fine. Just doesn't have enough time to really render that fat. It's not high enough heat like a skillet, you know, like a cast iron skillet or a grill or something. You can get that fat of a ribeye really rendered. All right. This is a question. Do you have any tips on how to freeze and cook collard greens? Excuse me. Well, I mean, it depends on how, I mean, if you want to I'm sorry. Excuse me. Pressure cooked collard greens are delicious and they're super easy to do. I have a recipe on my website for that. So you can go there, saltandpepper.com, and just put in collard greens. You don't have to put in the other ingredients that I do if you just want basic collard greens. It's perfectly fine, but it's really good recipe. And then to freeze, I'm trying to think if you can freeze them without cooking them. I think you have to blanch them first. I'm pretty sure. But once they're cooked, freeze them in their juice. So let them cool absolutely completely. And then freeze them in airtight containers or, baggies. Make sure you get as much air out as you can and make sure there's some juice in there with them. And that should be absolutely fine. I don't know that I've ever frozen collard greens though, honestly. Did I? I'm trying to think. I made a whole bunch of collard greens. I'll have to look. Sometimes I'll throw things in the freezer and I don't even remember that they're in there. Hi, Candace. How are you? Oh, okay. So Melinda says she loves her Speedy. I'm so glad. Share with us what you like about it and what you've made. That's awesome. Um, oh, okay. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Yeah. So I was in, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just lost my whole train of thought. Where was I? Michigan. Oh my God. Whoa. Anyway, and it's what? Oh gosh, pasty. Is that right? Did I say it right? Pasty, because it's not pasty. It's a pasty. I think I got it right. And I did eat them from a couple of places and they were very good. Yeah, high carb, with all the stuff in them and then the pastry, but they were really good. And I don't know if I'll try to make one myself. I mean, I think I probably could, but I'm not sure. But we didn't taste them on camera. I didn't even think about that. I have some pictures, but we didn't taste them on camera. I should have gone live. That's what I should have done. Okay. Well, Wendy, I'm starting to believe that. I'm starting because he should have been home at 7:10 and it's 7:20. So yeah, I'm starting to think Jeff's not going to come home because he knows I'm going to make him cook. All right. John, I sent you a message today. Did I not finish it? And I didn't see your last one from like the 20th. I didn't see it. And then I got the other one. And I was like, oh, that's odd. You didn't answer, any of the things that we were talking about before. And then I went back and I saw that one. So yeah, I sent you, but did I just stop it like suddenly or something? I may have. I don't know. I did it this morning when I first woke up. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Jeff's coming home and the dogs are going to go a little bit crazy. He'll put them outside, he'll feed them, and then I'll spring the news. He didn't even say hi. Hey, Jeff, did you tune into the live at all? Did you tune into the live at all? No, did you? Oh, no? Okay. All right. No problem. We just have a little surprise for you. Oh. So you can take care of the dogs if you want, and then I'll tell you our surprise. Ellen, will I show you what? I'm not sure if I must not be following. I don't know. I'm lost at that. Will I show you what? So can you clarify that for me? Okay. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Oh, good. You found a pan. Wonderful. Perfect. I'm not going to say this name correctly either. Nick, I want to say Nick, but it's not. But hey, Jeff, come here a minute. How would you pronounce that name? Do you think would it be Nick or
Hi, Neek or Nick?
Neek?
I'm not sure. Spell it.
Well, hi there. I love trying to pronounce names.
Short for like Monique.
Right, Monique. And that's what I was trying to think. Like, how could I Neek? Right? Maybe that's it. Okay. Hi, Sally. Hi, Ricky. How are you? Tammy, Ricky Lou. All right. Okay, can I please do some dehydration videos for the foodie? Okay, so this is the thing with the foodie. I use the foodie oven to dehydrate because it's bigger, and it works better, but it's the same exact thing. So if you give me some ideas, I don't mind doing videos for dehydrate using the rack in the Ninja Foodie, the round one. It works fine. Sometimes you got to change the racks around a little bit. I find it, for me, it just takes too much time. It's too cumbersome. So I use the XL oven for that. But if you have some ideas of what you would want to see, I am open to them. I certainly will. I've dehydrated all kinds of things though. Like I dehydrated shredded potatoes, sliced potatoes really thin. I haven't used them in anything, so I haven't reconstituted them yet, but I've dehydrated them. I'm looking over on my shelf. I've dehydrated green peppers, red peppers. I never have onions to dehydrate. I always use them up. And I think that's butternut squash. And then beets. I dehydrate beets when I had a whole bunch of beets. So I love dehydrating food. I really do. Okay. Diana says, I'm marinating a steak overnight and don't know if I should use the Ninja or cast iron. What kind of steak is it? That would be the first question I would ask. So what cut is it? Because I think that makes a difference. Larry wants to know, do any of the pressure cookers have a delay start? No, they don't, that I know of. I've never seen one that does. So yeah, I don't think so. And I guess that's probably like food safety things, even though I think some crock pots have a delayed start. Or ovens even have a delayed start, don't they? But yeah, no, I've never seen one. All right, Kathleen, how do you convert a cake box mix to cook in the foodie. Okay, so I've done this actually in my online course. I did this, and what I did, because I had trouble getting the bottom done, I used an 8-inch pan. Now I can't remember off the top of my head whether that was one whole box mix or half. I don't make cakes from box mix too often, so I can't really remember. But if you do, you'll know if you're going to do it in the oven, how many 8-inch rounds does it make? And I put that amount in there. So I'm thinking it was half the box, but again, I don't know. And then what I did was I put the sear saute on and I put the cake pan right in the bottom and I let the sear saute heat the bottom of the cake 5-10 minutes, maybe, I think. And then went to the bake roast, but left it down underneath, down low, so that we didn't have this real high direct heat on top that sometimes will just cook too fast. And then you have this dome effect for your cake and it's raw in the center. And that worked. It worked. It took a long time though. Again, it was one of those things that was like so cumbersome. I don't personally think it's worth it unless I'm going to pressure cook it. I wouldn't do a cake in the Ninja Foodie. Now I have an apple cake it's not from a box mix of homemade, and it works in the pressure cooker because the texture's right. And I also have another red velvet cake that works. It's a bundt cake, and it works in the pressure cooker. Now, let me back up a minute. Now that I just said about bundt cakes, I'm talking about an 8-inch round that has no center. If you want to make a box mix in the Ninja Foodie, use a bundt cake pan, okay, that fits in there, because that center acts as a heating core and you'll get your cake done. So you can have great results with a bundt cake in the Ninja Foodie. It works fine. Round cakes that have no center, you either need heating cores or you need to do what I did, which was put it down. And I think, and Ellen was there. I know she watched the video, or did I do it live? I think I might have done it as a live thing in the course. And I think it might have been Ellen that told me I should have done both. I should have put heating cores in it and put it on the bottom. So anyway, you can do it, especially in a bundt pan. It'll work out fine. Otherwise, it can be a little tricky. Oh, great, Dorothy. I hope you enjoy those hash browns. Hi, Dustin. Thank you so much. Hey, Sue. Larry says he's put all of his pressure cookers and the Ninja pressure cookers away and using the 701 only for now. He thinks it's the best way to learn it. It really is. I mean, immerse yourself in it, get comfortable with using all the different functions. Then you'll learn what works the best for you for different foods, right? Elaine made the pumpkin pie cheesecake. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it. That's awesome. Mary's a flipper. I'm way back, aren't I? We're talking about flippers a long time ago. Flipping like burgers and stuff and flipping bacon and things like that. Thank you, Petra. I appreciate that so much. Hey, Kevin, how are you? I hope you're feeling okay. Let's see. Chopped salad and lemon dressing. Yum. Wasn't that good, Anne? Oh my gosh, so good. So good. Let's see. Kevin's in Seattle. It's 95. I don't know what the degree of temperature is. Was it hot today, Jeff? I didn't go outside. I don't know where Jeff is. But anyway, yeah, I don't even know what the temperature is. It's been hot though. Oh, thank you, love. Thank you so much. Some of these I'm not going to take the time to read out loud, but I am reading them. Let's see. Deb agrees with the nonstick pan. Kevin tried to tag me in a chicken recipe below. I'll have to look at that, Kevin. It might be on Facebook, and I'm not on there right now. I use a different program so I can stream live to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. It's called StreamYard, and that's where I get all your messages. I get them in StreamYard, so I'm not actually in Facebook right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, Brittany, this is a canning question. First of all, before I get into canning, any questions about canning, let me just real quick say that you cannot use the Ninja Foodie pressure cooker as a pressure canner. You can water bath can in the Ninja Foodie because water bath canning is just boiling water, submerging jars. But you can only do really small batches and small jars. I think you can do 4 ounce in the 6.5 quart. I think you can go up to 8 ounces in the 8 quart though. Okay. Brittany would love if we could do a live canning one day. Okay, so first of all, I am not an expert in canning. My mom is an expert in canning. My sister does a lot of canning. Me, I never got into it. I want to. But doing something with canning when you don't know exactly what you're doing is freaking scary, especially doing it live. You have to make sure you follow a tested recipe. So it's not like I'm going to be able to come up with these amazing recipes. You just don't. When you're canning, you follow a tested recipe. Yes, you can add in some of your own spices and things like that, but you can't wing it because you've got to make sure your pH is safe for the type of canning that you're doing and that you're processing it for the specific amount of time. There is no way for me to test that. I mean, I guess I technically could, but I would have to set up a whole lab to be able to test because it's all about the temperature and killing all these little microorganisms and spores and things that thrive in that anaerobic environment. Okay, next. So your first question for veggies, do they have to be cooked before canning? Okay. Depends on how you're canning them. So it depends on the vegetable too. Okay. So, like cucumbers, they do not have to be cooked before you can them when you're pickling them. Same with zucchini and things like that. But if you're making like a succotash, I believe you have to cook them and I believe you have to pressure can them. But again, it's so specific that you have to look up exactly what you want to do. And the information's out there. I think you said you got the blue ball book, I think it's called. That is a wonderful resource. That's the one I use. So definitely look those things up and go by what they say. That is the safest thing to do because I certainly don't want to tell anybody wrong and, something go really wrong. But jams and jellies are a little bit easier. Pickled things are easier because they've got that acidity that you need, to make sure that they're safe for water bath canning. I've never done any pressure canning. I want to, but I haven't done it yet. Okay. Okay, so Brittany, we're back to the burrito tacos. I might just take you up on that. Come on out to Arizona and eat some burrito tacos. And I can send you my burrito recipe once I get it. I would be embarrassed now to share it with anybody because it really was not that good. But I mean, the end result was delicious, but it's not balanced enough. So, and my steps, I got it all wrong. All right, question. Rachel, I sous vide chicken breast for the first time. Anyone do a marinated chicken first looking for more flavor? Yes, absolutely. You can do that. I just marinated a steak overnight. So you can absolutely marinate ahead of time. And you can even, as long as you're careful about the marinating, you don't use raw, fresh garlic. You can cook garlic and stuff like that, but you shouldn't use raw fresh garlic if you're going to sous vide, just because there could be botulism spores that love that anaerobic environment and then they pop open, during the sous vide cook time. So yeah, marinating is delicious. We marinated what I think, I'm not even sure what it is. It was either like what they call London broil. So it's like this unknown, cut of meat. I don't know if it was a flank steak. I don't think it was. Might have been a top sirloin. I have no idea what it was. It was, the mystery meat in the freezer, but you kind of know because it's long and thin and, like that. And I didn't label it. So I was like, oh, Jeff, I'll just marinate it, and then we'll sous vide it. It was delicious. I will say that I think I let it go too long in the sous vide cooker. So, and I set the temperature just a little bit too high for my liking. So it was a little, I'm not even gonna say it was overcooked, but what happens if you leave meat in the sous vide cooker too long, depending on what meat it is, but especially with a marinade, it starts to break down the outside. So it kind of gets this like little bit of mushy texture, which I did not like. And then after you marinate and after you sous vide, take it out, blot the marinade off. And I'm telling you, meat looks horrific when it comes out of the sous vide machine. It looks horrible, absolutely horrible. It's like gray, it's gross, it's ugly, ugly, ugly. But don't despair. Heat up a skillet, a cast iron skillet, or I use the Ninja Foodie grill for my steak. Heat it up really super hot and then sear it, and it's going to be delicious. So yeah, definitely recommend the marinating. I haven't done that with chicken breast yet, but I definitely recommend it. Okay, Amanda, are you familiar with the Foodie 12-in-1? I am not sure what the 12-in-1 has. I have the 11-in-1 and the 14-in-1, so I'm not sure what function the 12-in-1 has, but I'm sure I'm familiar with it. So when I use the pressure function, when it's done, it does not have the release countdown clock like my Instant Pot had. I know I've seen that video that foodies do it, but I can't figure it out. So when the pressure cook time is up on the foodies, unless yours is way different than anyone I've seen, when it's over, it starts to count up. Okay. It switches over to keep warm and it counts up, not down. So that's the difference. Now, if yours, does it just switch off totally? Because that is unusual. That's very unusual. I've never seen one do that. They always switch over to keep warm, which you can turn off if you want. But they always switch over to keep warm and then count up for that keep warm, that release time. So I don't think I really answered your question, but that's unless there's something really interesting about a 12-in-1 that I don't know about. I think if that's happening to you, something might be wrong. Okay, this is a really good question. Why are my chicken breasts so dry when I air fry them? Yeah, because they're lean meat. So one of the things I want to try out with the steam crisp function is how chicken breasts are going to be with that added moisture in. So probably you're air frying them too long. They're just drying out. They're overcooked. Number one, if they're really dry, they're overcooked. But also that the fan speed is higher on air fry than it is on broil or bake roast. So you've got this really drying action inside the Ninja Foodie, and that really toughens up the skin of lean meats like chicken breast. Excuse me. So I'm not a huge fan, although in my course I did like a side by side for chicken breast. Excuse me. And I think I did broil, air fry, bake, roast. I might have even did dehydrate for some weird reason, but anyway, I really liked the air fried one. I was shocked, but I think I went at a high temperature for a short period of time. So really temperature is the key too, and not overcooking that meat because it will dry out. So always make sure that you cook it I cook it just below 165 and then let it come out and rest and raise up to that 165 for food safety reasons. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a good question. Do you think my method of making hash browns would work with zucchini fritters? Yes and no. Zucchini gives off a lot more liquid than potatoes, so they're kind of different. But if you shred your zucchini like you're going to make zucchini bread, and you don't have to cook it first or anything like that. Shred it like you're going to make zucchini bread, and then put a little bit of salt on it. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't, but put a little salt on it, let it sit. That'll sort of bring out the moisture. Or you could put it into like a tea towel, or what I use is a flour sack, which looks like it's just a white towel, and squeeze that moisture out. You're going to have better results. But yeah, in theory, you could absolutely do it with zucchini. Just have to make a few modifications because of the liquid. Okay, so Jolene's got some answers for you. Okay, so no, do not cook before canning. They will turn mushy. I have canned all my life and never pre-cooked veggies. Pressure canning, non-acidic veggies, water bath the acidic ones. I thought you had to cook corn though. And I thought there was some you had to cook beforehand, but maybe the processing time is just long enough in a pressure canner that it cooks them. Because yeah, they do. Because you're cooking when you're canning, you're still cooking. But anyway, thanks, Jolene, for chiming in. Yes, Debbie, cooking too long or too high of a temperature. Okay, let's see. Question about the Ninja XL grill. Let me put this up here. Question about the Ninja XL grill, sear and sizzle grill grate. When using the griddle part, what mode and temp do you use for French toast or pancakes? Grill grate said to check with Ninja, but I could find nothing. Thanks. Okay. Well, Ninja's not going to know how to work a grill grate, and grill grate isn't going to know, I guess, unless they made pancakes or French toast. This just came up the other day. I just answered this question. I guess I'm sure it was for somebody else the other day. So the thing with the sear and sizzle grill grate is you need it to be really super hot. And especially with something like French toast, which you want it, you've got a hot skillet usually, or a hot, oh my gosh, what are those things called? Like griddle. Okay, you've got a flat griddle. So the griddle side of the sear and sizzle is going to mimic that, but it has to be super, 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 super hot. So preheat it for at least 10 minutes on max grill. That's the first thing. Second thing is you don't want to probably put your butter on when it's that hot because it's just going to burn. So I would do a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil or something like that, just a little spritz. Put it down, and then you can go to air crisp if you wanted to and change your temperatures down, and lower them down because you're going to get that first sear on the really hot, and that's going to help set it. So that's what I would do. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't done that, but that's what I would do. I don't think I've ever made waffles. I'm not waffles. I don't think I've ever made French toast or pancakes on the sear and sizzle. Because again, it's one of those things I just find it just as easy to do it on the stove. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Brittany, I think I got your question. Beef liver and onions would be great. Yeah, if I don't even know what they're supposed to taste like. I've never made beef liver before. Hi, Jerry. How are you? Hi, Donna. Okay, John wants me to talk about the importance of keeping the pressure release valve clean. Yeah, this is something that a lot of people don't realize, but that pressure release valve comes off, and so does a silver cap underneath. In fact, I can grab this. And I don't know if Jeff is procrastinating coming out here for his big surprise or what, but he's kind of staying away. Jeff, we need you. All right. Now, of course, this will probably be embarrassing because I use this and I haven't cleaned it yet. But okay, so this comes off and it needs to be washed. Okay. And then you can just put it back on. And yes, sometimes they get loose enough that they fall off on their own. But even, I won't say more important, but as important is this cap on the back. Okay. This can get clogged and it can cause sputtering and problems when you're pressure releasing. So if you notice that maybe your pressure isn't releasing like it used to, and you haven't cleaned that in a while, definitely clean it. Thanks, John, for bringing that up. And now I got something on my shirt because, like I said, I used that and I haven't cleaned it yet. All right. Okay. Shannon says, cook the liver on top of the onions. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you, Rebecca. Oh, Adam, I'm so glad you tried those fried deviled eggs. I thought they turned out so well. I'm so excited. Okay, what other pan would you recommend other than the bundt pan? Now, I don't know forgive me if I've lost tracking here, but I'm not sure what you're making. So I recommend 8-inch Fat Daddy-O pans, 6-inch Fat Daddy-O pans. They do a really good job. They're all-purpose kind of pans. They're lighter coated, and they stack really well in the Ninja Foodie. So you can stack the 6-inch on top, and you could do layered meals with them. So I recommend those all the time. And then I like the Ninja Baking Kit. Those are the two that I recommend that are not like specialty, an egg bite mold, a bundt pan, things like that. Hi, Ramon. How are you? Or Raymond? I don't even know if I said that correctly. Raymond. I don't know. So terrible with names. Okay. Sally, are steaks good with sous vide? Yes, they are very good sous vide, but you need to sear them beforehand or after usually. Now I've tried searing beforehand and I kind of like that too. If you sear steak beforehand, you can even go at lower temperatures because steak, you can eat steak pretty much rare as long as you like totally rare, like uncooked, as long as you sear it because any bacteria that's on that meat is only on the surface. But it's too like tight of a, I'm gonna say weave. Okay, it's not that, but to what is the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of it. Bacteria can't penetrate it. Okay, like they can other meats, just because of the structure of the muscle. So you just have to sear it and then you can go at really low temperatures. And oh my gosh, delicious, delicious. Hey, Colleen, how are you? Um, okay, so here, have you experimented with making French style yogurt? I have fallen in love with a particular brand, French style, but it is very expensive. Really want to make my own. I have tried one recipe I found online, but it was not successful. I have never heard of French style yogurt. I would love for you to like explain what it tastes like and what the texture is. And I'll do some research on it because I'm always looking for new ways. I've got yogurt going right now, as a matter of fact. So, but I've never heard of French style. So interesting. I'll definitely look into that. Debbie says she got some of her pans at a restaurant supply store. That's a great idea too. Um, and Adam blanches before he freezes most veggies. Yeah, Adam, I think they're talking about canning, not freezing. Okay. Okay. Kathy says, I know a sirloin steak is not tender. What is the best way to make them as tender as possible? Sous vide cooking. Sous vide cooking really is going to give you the best results, hands down. I am a huge fan of it. Huge fan. All right. For the record, here we go. All right. Your lasagna. Oh, good. I'm so glad when it started off with for the record. I'm like, uh-oh, I must have made a mistake. My lasagna reheated from frozen using the steam method is genius. Tastes as good as fresh. I even use zucchini noodles and the noodles are never overcooked. Yay. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Steam is wonderful. Steam is wonderful. Okay, let's see. Pasti. We're back to that one. Someone's telling me how to say it again. Okay. Looking for a scone recipe in the foodie. I have one. I have a scone recipe and I personally love it. And it is, it's a lemon basil scone, but you don't have to make it lemon basil. You can make it any which way you want. So go to my website, thesaltedpepper.com and just type in scones and it'll bring it up. Hi, Lynn from Flint, Michigan. How are you? Hey, Paul from the Do a Crisp group. How are you? Good to see you. All right. Let's see. Okay, Dorothy's answering. Oh my gosh, I am really behind in comments. Hey, Jeff, are you coming for the surprise? Did you forget?
Well, I thought you were busy.
I am busy, dear. All right, come on over. Okay. All right. So, Jeff, I didn't have time to make dinner.
Okay.
So you're going to make it.
I'm making it? No.
Yes, with the speedy.
Oh.
Yeah. So, hey, they say it's easy, right? I've got the booklet over there. You're going to use chicken breast, but you can choose, like, they're supposed to walk you right through it. So you can just look at what kind of grain. We do want a grain. I don't know. I can look up how fast barley would cook, but you can use.
We don't have wild rice here, do we?
Well, that takes a long time to cook, so you don't want to do that one. Well, I mean, I don't know. They didn't say you couldn't, right? So go look at the book. Like, this is great.
No, it's not.
This is wonderful. Yay. Jeff's cooking. All right.
scammed into this.
Yes, I told you wouldn't say no. If I would have like texted him, hey, do you want to make dinner? He's like, oh, I'll grab a pizza. Okay. All right. Nick, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Um, Colleen, yes. I think it makes me feel so wonderful that I've gotten to meet so many wonderful people. That is what I love the most. Like, true story, but before I started doing this full time, I sort of thought all people sucked. Really, I did. I was very jaded. I was like, everybody's so nasty. Everybody's, they're so judgmental. They're this, they're that. I was like, I just want to stay away. I'm just going to hibernate, at home and forget all this people stuff. And then I met all of you guys and I was like, wow, people don't suck. They're pretty darn nice, actually. And I love it. It like restored my faith in humanity, really. So I just absolutely love it. Nick wants to know, how do you bake cakes? I kind of talked about that already. And it really depends on your recipe. And you're saying they're flat and dry. Then they're not like rising up. They're not leavened appropriately. So if you want to send me an email, Louise at thesaltedpepper.com, that's something we kind of got to like delve into. If you're using a box mix, then your leavening agents are already in there. But if you're using, another recipe, maybe you're omitting an ingredient that's really important without even knowing it. So I'd have to have some more information. All right, let's see. Juliet, have I heard of the Ninja Speedy? So now I guess yes, if you're still watching, we do. And Jeff's going to cook with it. So what are you making, babe?
I'm not telling you.
I'm
making garlic knots and a loaf of bread.
It's gonna.
Almost done.
I made garlic knots in a little bread bowl today, testing some things out. Hey Stuart, how are you? Good to see you. I am way back on comments. I gotta move faster. Okay, Linda, do I recommend air frying the hash browns in the 6-in-1 grill? Yes, I would. Now the grill, I usually use the same times. The same temperatures for the grill. But sometimes things are done a little bit faster just because of, the way that I have the XL grill. I don't know which one you have. Because I don't know the numbers, like 6-in-1, 11-in-1, 12-in-1. I don't know the numbers, but I have the XL, which is the rectangular one. And because of the proximity to the heat source, sometimes it doesn't take as long, but I usually start out with the same temps and times and then adjust as I go. Okay, that's back. I'm gonna go past that, Ellen. I'm sorry, because I just realized that I'm like 30 minutes behind on comments here. All right. And London broils, top sirloin, and I think sometimes, probably not now since flank steak is now expensive, but I think they used to use sometimes flank steak. But yeah, top sirloin is similar. But I've had top sirloin that's way tougher, cooked the same way as some other London broils that I've gotten, which is not a cut of meat. It's really a preparation, but that's what they call it at the grocery store. Patty, black walnut ice cream. I do not. And I'll tell you, I don't know if I decided one year for baking, I would get a bag of black walnuts. I've heard all about them, right? Oh my gosh, I spit them out. I thought they were rancid. Now they may have been rancid, right? I don't know. But no, I don't have a recipe for black walnut ice cream. I don't have any recipes for the Ninja Creamy because I can't get the thing right. I can't do it right. Like I have gotten the sugar ones down. So they're working out okay. But now I'm trying to convert them all to low sugar or no sugar added. And I don't know. Got another one testing, and of course it takes a day.
That's happened. I took this out of the box. It was in the pantry. Took the lid off, and that inside thing is already broken.
Yeah, it breaks when you turn it.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill us.
I don't want you to kill us either.
That wouldn't be any fun.
Well, if you see big chunks come out, then it's not good.
There's no chunks.
Okay. Bye, Nick. How are you? Or bye, see you later. I'm trying to get through this here. Let's see. Let's see. Just trying to run through these. Eva wants to know if I have a video for how to use the Ninja Foodie for beginners. I have an entire online course that goes into every single thing you could possibly need to know. It takes you all the way through cooking with all the functions. It's really pretty amazing. There's over 100 videos in there, but it is for purchase. I have thought about doing a quick start kind of like mini course that would be free, which would be what you're talking about, but I haven't done that yet. But I mean, I guess if you watch enough of my videos, which is time consuming, I know, I probably do go over all of it in one or the other, the different food videos on YouTube. But Jeff, can you think about what is the most comprehensive like Ninja Foodie video that I have on YouTube that goes over like
It's probably your introduction to the OL series or your comparison of the models before the OL.
Yeah. Yeah, probably look at the OL series video and see if that helps. All right. And then Diane wants to know, do I think my hash brown patty recipe would work using pre-frozen hash browns from the store? Yes, I do. I think it would work just fine. I would do exactly the same thing. And then of course you'll know, like, because I don't know how thick they're going to be or anything like that, but I think it's going to work just fine. And then you can adjust your timing. Always check on your food when you're cooking it for the first time. Okay. Let's see. Brittany needs creative ways to use up bacon grease. Salad dressings. Oh my gosh. What do you use? What do we use bacon grease for?
Oh, mostly salad dressing.
Yeah, salad dressing.
But you can use it as the fat in a roux, can't you?
Yeah, you could
You
use
haven't done that, but
yeah, you can do that. I mean, anytime you need a fat, you can use it. Anytime you wanted to use, you could use it. I mean, I wouldn't use it in place of oil all the time, but all right. Okay, let's see. All right, this is like the question I get, I think, every single time. How do you clean your Ninja Foodie element area since it's so hard to get in there? I have a little brush, and that's on my Amazon store. I feel like I sound like a walking sales recording. I don't. It really, it's just there so that I could put things in one place. But so it's a round brush, and it gets up in there, pretty easily. But yeah, they're not like super easy to clean, really. Keeping it clean is probably better than trying to clean it like after 6 months or so. The newer models are a little bit easier because they're a little bit more open. Okay, Colleen says my 15th anniversary is coming up tomorrow. Well, happy anniversary. And I was really direct with my hubby and sent him the link to the grill grate. I've wanted one for so long and just couldn't spend the money. Well, I hope you get one. I really do. Okay, so Brian has a question. I purchased your Ninja Foodie pressure cooker course, but had a question regarding the different variations. How do you adjust a recipe written for Instant Pot or for another foodie to your own? Okay, so Abe, I believe that I go over all of that in section 4, I believe. So if you're taking a Instant Pot pressure cook recipe and you're converting it to Ninja Foodie pressure cook, you don't make any changes. You don't need to do anything. Just follow that recipe. They're going to be fine. It's going to be the same. Now, most recipes though now for Instant Pots don't really tell you to hit the rice button or hit the stew button or hit, the soup button or whatever. But if they do, then you can easily find out what that means. I think I have a graphic on that, but you could just Google it. What are the Instant Pot presets? Because they always equate to some kind of manual setting. But honestly, I would just find a recipe that it'll just say cook on high for X amount of time, things like that. If you are trying to take an Instant Pot recipe and you want to do it like, I don't know why, you probably wouldn't take an Instant Pot recipe and take it over to the foodie to like bake it. You know what I mean? So it's pretty easy. It's just pretty straightforward. Now, another foodie to your own is the same thing. So now you may not have all the functions. So like I'll work backwards here. The OL series. If you see a recipe for steam crisp that you want to make and you have an older model that doesn't have steam crisp, you can simulate that by doing a little bit of steaming in the beginning, and then putting down your crisping lid and finishing up with the air fry setting or the bake setting. So you can simulate it, but it's really kind of based on what the recipe is. But I do go over a lot of that in the course, and I believe it's in section 4. Terry, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. The pasta dish. What did I do? What is it? Baked ziti. Yeah. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Okay. Why do my eggs crack when I pressure cook them? I use 2, 10, and 5. Okay. So, and the thing with cracked eggs is it's inevitable sometimes, but most of the time it's going to be caused by hairline fractures in the egg that you don't see. Okay. So it depends on the strength of the eggs and the quality of the eggs that you're getting and what they're feeding the chickens. Like I almost never, ever have any of my fresh hen eggs from my backyard chickens ever crack. Ever, ever, ever. If I get them from Aldi, which they're very inexpensive, but they're lower quality, I might have 1 or 2 crack. If I get them from, a higher end grocery store, I'm not even going to say Aldi's not higher end. That's kind of rude of me, but just a different brand or something that costs more, they tend to not crack as much. So that is all about the eggshells. As long as you're not doing an immediate release, what you're doing with the pressure cooking isn't going to make them pop open. What can happen sometimes too is if you're putting them in the basket, if you just put them down just a little too hard, they can just get a little tiny crack. Okay. But unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot you can do. But you shouldn't have more than 1 or 2. I mean, if all of them are cracking every single time, that is unusual. And you can send me an email. We can delve into that a little bit deeper. Okay. Jill wants to know, do I use the grill grate to cook hamburgers on the Ninja Foodie XL? I have. Yep, I have. I've done them. I've used the grill grate for hamburgers. I've used that. I don't like cleaning their grill grate. I really don't. And I don't like the curved lines of the XL. So I do use it almost all the time. In fact, it sits in there. It doesn't even leave the grill grate, just sits in that grill. And I have it at home. I don't even have it here because I don't use it that much. And we love to make bacon on it. And Jeff likes to use it at home. So we left it at home. I've got the newer model back here, which is
on the same doing sausages.
Yeah, it does a good job. But I have the other grill here, the newer one that's got like a grill and griddle. I still haven't played around with that. I need to figure that out. All right. Yeah. Pumpkin scones. They sound good. Okay. French style yogurt. We're getting back there. It's a lighter version. We brand is French style, but La Premiere is my favorite. Okay. I'm going to have to find that, Judy, and give it a taste and see maybe how they're doing it. Okay. Terry wants to know what the Speedy is. The Speedy is a new Ninja appliance. And it's basically like the OL series of the Ninja Foodie, but it doesn't have pressure cook and it's square. And it's a little smaller. It's only 6 quarts, not 6.5 or 8. Okay, April, this is a great question. Can clotted cream be cooked in the Ninja Foodie? It's cooked in an oven on 175 for 12 hours. Such a long time to run my oven. Just curious if anyone's tried it in the Foodie. People have done it in the Foodie. And if you are on Facebook, you might want to join Ninja Foodie 101, pressure cooker and air crisper group, because I know I just saw somebody doing it. In the US, clotted cream is not really a thing. I have never made it I'm sure people make it, but I've never made or had it. I've looked into it because I wanted to do a recipe, but I don't even totally know like what it's supposed to taste like, really. You know what I mean? So it's really hard for me to figure that one out. But I know people have done it. And what you would probably do is you would still probably bake it, I would think. but again, I don't have enough experience. But definitely join that group if you're on Facebook. And if you're not on Facebook, send me an email, Louise at thesaltedpepper.com, and I can look through the group and see what their instructions were for you and send it to you. Okay. I'm just trying to get through. I'm sorry I'm not reading everybody. Oh, that one, Shaw, you got a foodie without the dehydration. No, it's fine. It's fine. You'll still love it. Okay, have I tried a dump cake in the Ninja Foodie? No, I haven't yet. I've done a cobbler, and that's about it. I have not done a dump cake yet. But people have. I've seen them. Oh, thank you, Judy, so much. She said the Ninja's the best gift, and my course has helped her so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, Brittany, cheers. Yeah, I didn't even cheers anybody. We got right into it. This is a lime vodka with limeade and then some zero sugar Sprite, I think it is, and a lime. It's delicious. It's refreshing. Colleen, I am shoot straight from the hip kind of girl. Yep, I certainly am. So she just wrote that, yeah, I always was a people not nice or not nice kind of person too. Yep, I know. There's some rude people out there. Let me just tell you. That one shot, I have a yes, I do have a video about all the different accessories. I do have one out there. It's an older one, but it still works. Have I tried monk fruit for ice cream? I'm using Swerve right now, and then I'm buying two different types of artificial sweeteners that I've read up on, and I'm gonna try to like mix my own up. Swerve works okay, but sometimes I get this like tingly mouth thing with it. I don't like the aftertaste, and it's only on some ice cream recipes. But I'm working on them. I want to do a whole slew of them. Popcorn. Yeah. Popcorn and bacon grease. That's a good idea. All right. Let's see. Elaine is asking if I'm using the 701 more and more. Yes, I use it all the time. I don't use it on video all the time, which I know a lot of people are a little bit upset with. It's just really hard for me to do videos with it, just because of the way the lid opens, and I'm always feeling like I'm going around, and it's just kind of like not, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with it. So, but I do use it all the time. Like I've got yogurt in one. I've had like 4 or 5 appliances going today testing recipes. So I have yogurt going in one of the OL series, and then in the other one I have what do I have in the other one? What did I make today in the other one? I can't remember, but I made something in the other one. And then I had the Speedy going, and then I had the other 2-lid Ninja Foodie going today. I was busy. I tested a lot of recipes today. Oh, Abby, that's a good idea. So some disposable cleaning wipes. You just want to make sure that you don't use anything that is not okay, like for food, because you want it to be safe for food, because you can't really rinse back there. So although you could run the broil and it's going to burn off, but thank you, Kayleen. How are you? Okay. This is a good question, Kayleen. What is the best temperature to reheat food in the air fryer? It depends on the food. I know that's like, oh my gosh. If I had $1 for every time I say it depends, or there's a variable, or, I can't give you that answer because, it depends. I would be very rich, but it depends. If it is something that is breaded, see, the thing about reheating food is you want to make sure that you don't burn the outside, but that you get the inside totally reheated back up to a safe, serving temperature again. So it depends on the food. But usually when I'm reheating, unless I need it to be in there for a long period of time, Usually I go hot and fast when I'm reheating something, especially if it's breaded to really crisp that back up. But there are times when I go low and slow because I wanted to really like reheat kind of softly, if you will. So it depends. I'm so sorry to have to say that. All right. Have you tried your stainless pot liner in the smart lid yet? Um, okay. So Marty, I have not. I don't use the stainless pot anymore because you know how I just don't like that company and I'm not going to use it. Um, so I have not. People have. People say it works fine. I mean, you're not going to ruin anything. The only problem that's going to be is you're not going to go under pressure. It's perfectly fine for any of the other functions. Let me just say that. It's perfectly fine. It's a pot. It's going to work fine. It's the pressure cook that I don't know how well it's going to work. I will tell you that I accidentally switched pots for my OL 501, which is the 6.5 quart. And that pot has on there specifically for the OL 500 series or whatever it is. And I accidentally switched them. I just grabbed one that was clean, not thinking that they're different pots, and it would not go under pressure. Okay? It just wouldn't. So that's all that's going to happen is it won't go under pressure. The other thing with a stainless pot, and if you've used it in the old fruity, you already know this, that it conducts heat differently, so it's going to cook differently. So when you're sear sauteing something, you really need to decrease your heat a little bit. If the recipe is calling for high, you might want to go down to medium because it's conducting heat. It's going to cook a little faster. It also brings the water to temperature a little bit faster. So there are little nuances, but most of the time it's not going to make any difference. So just give it a try. All right. What is the best beginner sous vide meat? Anything, because it's so easy. I mean, literally, you just have to put it in a bag, zip it up, and put it in the water bath. I mean, it's so easy. But I would say, first of all, if you're going to use the Ninja Foodie and you have the sous vide function, test it out first. So put in 10 cups of water, set it to a temperature like 140, 145, something like that. And when it says add food, take a thermometer and test it. Make sure it's heating up. It should be within 10 degrees. And this is just for the Ninja Foodie, okay? So if you're an avid sous vide cooker out there and you're saying, oh, no, I'm just telling you what it will be for the Ninja Foodie. When you first open up the lid, it usually in the 2 lid models, it's about 5 to 10 degrees above where you set it. But it quickly, once you put in the food, it quickly just cools down and it turns out fine, right? Turns out fine. So I would use a cheap cut of meat just in case you don't like it. So you can use a cheap steak, which is going to take you 12 hours, or you can use a chicken breast or something like that. And I'm kind of chuckling because I just went to the grocery store. There is no such thing as cheap cuts anymore. But a chicken breast, that I would follow my recipe for the chicken breast and then sear it afterwards. And I think you'll be amazed, absolutely amazed. All right. Cliff from Vegas. Thank you so much. I saw your gumbo recipe, which blew me away on the cook time. Have you ever done etouffee in the foodie? No, but I want to. I went to, what was that called? Voodoo what? Voodoo Gumbo in Nashville and had their etouffee because I haven't had it in so long. I needed to kind of remind myself what it tasted like. And I really want to make it. Oh my gosh. So good. And that gumbo recipe is a cheater recipe for sure, but it is delicious. Absolutely delicious. All right. Okay, Abby clarified that she then rinses out those wipes and then goes back over. So yeah, so essentially she's rinsing again. Very good. Okay. Amy wants to use fresh tomatoes to make tomato sauce, right? So you can pressure cook them really easily. Now you could, if you want to peel them to blanch them, like you want to remove the skins, that's perfectly fine too. You could boil the water, blanch them, then shock them, peel them, and then you can pressure cook whole tomatoes. Now it's going to be liquidy, right? So you're going to have to either simmer it afterwards for a long time, to kind of reduce that liquid so you get more of a thick spaghetti sauce. But I would pressure cook. That's what I would do. I don't even know if I would worry about the skins, to be honest with you. I'd probably just throw them in and pressure cook, but that's me. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's not for me. Let's see. Thank you very much, Patricia. I appreciate that. Okay. Louise, I prepared your top round roast recipe on broil last night. Did such a beautiful job. I've never used the broil setting before. What is your favorite dish using the broil setting? I love broiling tomatoes to make fire roasted tomatoes. I really like that. I like broiling vegetables. I'm trying to think what else. Like, what else do I use broil for, Jeff? I haven't used it lately. I use it to preheat all the time because it's the hottest setting. I haven't focused on the broil in a while. Jane asks, have you tried recipes in the new speedy cooker? Jeff is making one right now.
I would tell you, if this comes out good in the time that it says it's going to come out, it's pretty amazing. I mean, the way that it just walks you through, put this in, put this in, put this in, all together. We'll find out.
Is it going to put me out of work?
No, it's probably going to give you more stuff to do.
I know, but if they don't need me, I'll be out of job.
You're going to need recipes.
No, apparently they got it covered. Well, so what did you season with? Are you not telling me anything?
I'm not telling you.
Oh my gosh. He's not telling me anything. All right, I'm running through here. Let's see. We're gonna stay live till I get this secret dish that Jeff's making.
It's preheating now, and it's gonna be a 15-minute.
Okay, so we'll be on till 8:30, a little bit later than normal. But you don't have to stay, obviously.
Make a little something to go along with it. Not dessert.
I made that. That was puckery. Oh, that was puckery. All right. Have I ever made chili rellenos? No, I don't think I have. Have I? I don't even know if I've ever eaten chili rellenos.
I saw them on a menu the other day.
Have I even eaten them? What are they?
I'm not exactly sure. I think.
Aren't they
Isn't it like a stuffed?
Isn't it like the stuffed?
I think it's like a cut open, like a
like a big
chili.
Yeah.
With stuff.
Yeah. I think I've seen them. I don't think I've ever had one. Sarah B says we'll never be able to get along without you. Are you kidding? Thank you. I'm not so sure though if this works out. Who knows? But anyway, they'll put something else out. I'll have to try chili rellenos. Am I right, Wendy? Is that what they are? They're like an Anaheim pepper or poblano.
It's a bigger pepper.
It's a poblano, isn't it? A big green, dark green poblano. Okay. Relleno. What did I say?
You said it like an American.
Oh, well, I am American. Okay. All right, Sherry, how are you? Okay, I'm new to this site. Have my Ninja Foodie only week. I've been cooking up all your different recipes. Did you ever try grilled cheese? And if so, what do you suggest? You are awesome, by the way. Great recipes make my life a lot easier. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Grilled cheese. I have one ham and brie grilled cheese on my website, but I used the oven, I think, the XL oven. Yep, that's what I was imagining, and it is.
It looks like it's breaded, and then
it's green chili pepper, poblano. Yeah, okay.
And then served kind of like an enchilada covered in sauce.
Oh, it's deep fried.
Looks like it.
Oh boy! So you mean air fryer style? All right, I'll have to try that. So now where was I? Let me see. Okay. I lost my train of thought. Okay. Sorry about that. Grilled cheese. So I'm kind of funny about grilled cheese. Really, I am. I like to do them on the stove because I take my time. If I'm gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich, which I very rarely ever make, I love them. Absolutely love them, but very rarely make them. They take me probably 25 minutes to make. because I am very particular about the heat and how the bread gets toasted because it has to be absolutely perfect, and how the cheese has to be absolutely perfectly melted. I mean, like, there's a science to it, or an art, I guess. And I'm really particular. I have not tried, I think I've tried it. I haven't been happy because with the way that the airflow goes, it really gets the outside done and kind of too done. So I don't have an answer for you. I have not really tried it. I did do one in the oven and it worked out okay, but I'm still a stovetop girl for my grilled cheese. All right, this is a good question. Am I planning on making more recipes for the Foodie Hot and Cold Blender? Um, and whatever Jeff is cooking smells amazing. Yeah, this is what she's saying, so she can't smell it. It's just it's a joke. Yeah, I don't smell it at all yet. Okay, so the hot and cold blender. I kind of got away from it, even though I use it because I still make my marinara sauce all the time and stuff like that. I've kind of gotten away from it because I have this other blender that is easier to clean. And so I've just sort of, because that the hot and cold blender is a pain in the butt to clean. It really is. So I kind of have gotten away from it unless I really need to cook and blend something. And I haven't done any recipes. I haven't thought of any that I thought this is perfect, for the hot and cold blender. But it's not that I'm not going to do any recipes. I just haven't really had any inspiration. Like, I'm just not, when I'm cooking things and I'm thinking about sauces that will go with them, or, another component, I always think, okay, would the hot and cold blender do the trick for this or not? And I just haven't had anything that be like, yes, that's perfect for that. So I'm not done with it. I mean, I still love it. I still have it. But I haven't done any more recipes in it. I haven't done any in a long time. I mean, the salad dressings that I do can be done in that too. But as far as like using it as a cooking blender, I haven't done any in a while. But I need to, because I really like it. All right. Everyone's telling me about the chili. What is it? Rayano? Rayano? Okay. Let's see. Oh, Tammy says they're not deep fried. They're roasted brown pepper, but still crunchy. But that picture looked like it was coated and fried. So maybe they make them different places. Justin, Justine, I'm sorry. This is a good question. Hi, Louise. What's your favorite cooking recipe you've ever done? And what cooking videos will you be doing in the future? Well, I have a keto cream chip beef coming out. What else do we have, Jeff? I have a chicken asparagus, 2 different ways. So I'm using the steam and crisp, and I'm using just the steam, so I'm doing a comparison kind of thing, sort of. Yeah, chip beef gravy. The garlic parmesan chicken, which I was supposed to test tonight because we're filming it on Thursday and I didn't. So I know I'm gonna have to test that another time. Okay. What is my most favorite cooking recipe I've ever done? Jeff, help me out. I always say the one I'm working on.
There was one you recently you swore up and down was the best thing you've ever had. I don't remember what.
Skillet corn. I love skillet corn. I love this. Oh, that's another one I've got coming out, but it's not in the Ninja Foodie. It's in a cast iron because it's just amazing. And you just have to make it that way. It's just so good. But I tried to make it in a regular pot. It just doesn't turn out right. Okay, so I'm smelling.
Louisiana recipes. Your jambalaya.
Yeah. Gosh, I have so many. I cannot think of one that I absolutely. I just can't think of it. I have so many. I'm going to keep thinking though. I should ask people what are their favorite recipes of mine that they've made, or of anybody's. Doesn't have to be mine. Connie says, I've read where they use mayonnaise on bread for grilled cheese. I tried that too, and I didn't like it, but a lot of people do love it. I didn't like it.
Some people like fried bologna too.
I don't mind fried bologna. Oh, we haven't had bologna in a long time. I mean, a good old bologna and cheese sandwich is delicious. But you would use Miracle Whip, wouldn't you, on your bologna and cheese? Mayo all the way. Mayo. Okay.
How much steam comes off of this?
Yeah. I can smell whatever you put in the bottom cooking. Is it rice?
Sort of.
Risotto? Okay. That'll be interesting.
With it's in chicken stock. So
Okay.
maybe that's what the
Okay.
idea here is.
Did you season it with anything? Oh, this is
not
good.
the risotto?
Oh, no salt? No. You follow the instructions.
Yeah.
He followed the instructions, guys. This is going to be the
Like
most it'd be boring. No seasoning on it. Did you season the chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Well, sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
Well,
All right. Yeah. Sue, the corned beef. Oh boy, that's good. That's good. That is a good recipe. That corned beef and cabbage. It's a little labor intensive, I'm not gonna lie. It's the best corned beef I've ever had. That corned beef and cabbage recipe. Don't you think?
cabbage rolls is
Oh, cabbage rolls are very good too. Elaine asked, do I have a recipe for beef stroganoff? No, but I ruined one on Tasty Tuesday. Yeah. But I'm working on it. Okay. Do I have any gluten, dairy, and white potato free recipes or ideas? Gluten, dairy. I would not be able to tell you off the top of my head. I have so many recipes. I am sure there are some that meet those guidelines, but you'd have to go on my website and kind of dig around because I can't think off the top of my head. Like I mean, obviously this is not like a recipe like you would eat, but I think my peanut sauce would be gluten, dairy, and white potato free. So you could serve that with chicken, it would be delicious. So yeah. Yeah. So I really just, I couldn't even think. I have so many recipes. I think I have 400 and some recipes on my website. So it's a lot. I can't remember them. Amy says, I just found your recipe for steam and crisp pulled chicken in the older Ninja Foodie. I made it last night. It was amazing. Isn't that so good? Yeah, I was so excited. When I made a chicken using the OL series, the steam and crisp, I'm like, oh, my friends who have the older models, they are going to love this. I've got to convert it. So I converted it to the older 2-lid model, and it's just delicious. The garlic mashed potatoes in the Ninja Foodie are very good. I love those too. Okay. I think Cole Cannon. What do you think, Jeff?
what?
Cole Cannon.
What's first?
The best recipe. Like those mashed potatoes.
It's the Cole Cannon.
The Cole Cannon is up. No, I got it. Bangers and mash. Bangers and mash all day long. That was my favorite recipe. I think because I had never had it before and I was blown away at how good it was. But then I like the egg rolls, Wendy, too. I like those. I like the cauliflower mash. Yeah, I like the lasagna and the meatloaf and those meatballs. They're so good. Oh my gosh, I know. It's just too hard. Too hard. All right, John, beef Wellington. Okay, so I'm making a recipe for that. It's going to be out in the fall. I started it a long time ago, but I couldn't find liver pate. I had to make my own and I didn't make it very well and I didn't like it. And so I had to start over, but I'm making it and I don't remember. But I sous vide the beef, but you could cook it anyway. The trick with making beef Wellington is to cook your steak like you like it, or maybe just a few degrees under, and chill it completely. Make sure it's cold, okay? Make sure it's cold. And then you wrap it, and then you bake or air fry your pastry. And that's going to just warm up the steak perfectly, not overcook it, and it's going to have your pastry be perfect and everything. So I'll have that out. I'll look, John, though, if you want me to. I hope I wrote down the temperatures and times because it was perfection. I even put a little cutout. Like I was getting all Gordon Ramsay on it. No, I did decorations. I was totally Gordon Ramsay that day. I'm like, I'm going to make this so beautiful. And it was good, except my liver pate was horrible. All right. Amy says jambalaya. Shelly, yes, I actually have a beef stroganoff recipe in my cookbook. So you can get the online cookbook and make a 1-pot beef stroganoff. I've got that already done. That's done. What I'm trying to do now is more of a layered one so that the noodles aren't done with the meat itself. And oh, that's so funny. Am I worried about what Gordon Ramsay thinks? I am not, because I was all Gordon Ramsay that day. I was so excited. It was the most beautiful beef Wellington I've ever cooked in my life. It was perfection. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. So no, I'm not worried. Not worried about Gordon at all. He's going to ask for a bite. That's what he's going to do.
He's gonna say it's raw.
Yeah, he's gonna say it. No, he won't say it's raw because I think he likes his beef like I do. All right. I love Gordon Ramsay too. He's funny. Patty, I have a cookbook. I've had a cookbook for 3 years now, but it's it's just a fall cookbook. I don't want to lead anybody down the wrong road here. It's an ebook. You can get it on my website. It's called Flavors of Fall, and it's got 30 recipes that are fall based. They're really nice recipes, though. Very, very nice recipes, and it's very inexpensive. I think if you if you want to get into the Facebook group that's associated with it, which is not an active Facebook group. It's simply there in case you have a question about one of the recipes or run into a problem with one of the recipes. So it's not like an active group, but people do ask me questions in there and I'll answer them. So it's like $4.99 if you wanted to get that book, but you can get it for $2.99 and not have the bells and whistles. It's a pretty cool book, though. I put a lot of time into it. Like you can jump around, like tables of contents. Everything is just push and then jump to the recipe that you want. I like it. I like it. Jeff, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Have I ever made paella? No, but it's on my list. I mean, I've made it before, but not in a foodie, but I'm going to make it. It's on my list. That's on my recipe test list. Probably it'll be out in September, I'm hoping. Okay. So, all right. How many minutes are we into this now?
We got a minute left.
Okay, so 15 minutes. You set it for 15, but it had to steam up. So it's been about 30 minutes, right? Or how long do you think that preheat took?
It was about 5 to 6 minutes preheat, I think.
Okay. Oh, I think I'm getting down to the bitter. Something in this drink is not right. Ooh, bitter. Oh, Jeff, can you put a little Sprite in there? I'll be all puckered up.
Where's the Sprite?
Right there, right by the Speedy. Oh my gosh, the Speedy, the creamy, the foodie, the twisty,
the goofy.
What's next? I should take bets. What's next? What do you think?
Here we go. Let's see how this came out.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm nervous.
I am too. And I'm honest.
So it looks good. The chicken looks perfect.
It does?
Where's your thermometer?
I think it's over here. It's over there. Okay, what's my favorite Christmas tradition to do? And what foods do you love to make? And will you be filming yourself cooking Christmas dinner this year?
Oh, it destroyed the broccoli. Okay, this thing is not.
Okay. What is my favorite Christmas tradition?
Chicken's good, Tim.
Jeff.
What?
What is our favorite Christmas tradition? Do we have any?
We really don't.
We used to cut down trees.
To work, apparently.
Yeah, Jeff works almost every Christmas. And we don't live near family, so we don't really do a whole lot. Probably drinking eggnog and listening to Christmas music. That's probably just the fun, like.
Mine hands down is smooth jazz Christmas.
Yeah, smooth jazz Christmas, some eggnog, just kind of relaxing. If we had a real wood fireplace, that would be it, with tons of snow on the ground. I would love that. Like we went to Vermont one year to a cabin to spend Christmas because we just wanted to be snowed in, and oh boy, were we were really snowed in. So yeah, that's probably it. And will I film myself cooking Christmas dinner? That's kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'll have to see if Jeff works or not.
I work nights this Christmas.
Oh, he works nights. So who knows? Maybe we will do a live on Christmas. That's kind of fun. I don't know how many people will join in, but maybe they will.
I wish I was working days because we could do an evening, but that's all right.
Yeah. More vodka to drown out the bitter. Yeah, there you go. And Christmas crackers for the kids. I like hors d'oeuvres, Wendy. Like I love that kind of stuff. Like the drinky. That's it. The drinky. It'll be the creamy, the foodie, the drinky. Oh my gosh, how funny. So yeah, I love hors d'oeuvres. So I would love to do an hors d'oeuvre party.
Candy is your big thing.
Oh, I do. I like candy too. But you make that before Christmas and then you eat it. Parboiled potatoes and put them in grease with the turkey. Oh my gosh, I bet that's delicious. Oh, yum.
You're never gonna ask me to cook dinner again.
Jeff says I'm never going to ask him to cook dinner. I'd love to see y'all dressed up in my Christmas suit or in our Christmas suit cooking dinner. That'd be super fun. It would be fun. Yeah, I'll have to think about doing that. It would be fun.
I got sear saute this risotto because this did not work.
Okay. All right. So listen, guys, I'm going to go take a minute here and go over here.
You don't have to go over here. I can bring this to you. I want you to try the chicken.
Okay. What was the temperature of the chicken?
370.
Inside?
Uh-huh.
When you put the thermometer in there, it said 370?
Uh-huh. Why?
Oh, what was I thinking? Okay, right, 365. Okay. Whoa.
Chicken's, and one section of it was 390. So.
Okay. Well, okay. So tell
me what you
okay,
think.
so tell me what you did here.
Okay, so I
because it looks good. It looks good.
Well, taste it first, then I'll tell you what I did when you say it's horrible.
Okay, it looks good.
Here, I'll help you line it up. There we go.
Okay.
The broccoli is completely burnt.
Okay.
It said to do it on the top, but maybe it doesn't want you to do broccoli.
Okay, I'm seeing some juice come out. Okay. It's fine.
Is it got any flavor?
No. No, it's kind of dry. It's not the worst thing I've ever eaten. But, I mean, no. It's gross, really. I mean, not gross. Like, I'm so rude. My man makes dinner. And this is what I'm going to be like, right? This is why he doesn't want to make dinner, right? Did you add salt?
I figured that what I put in the breading would salt it.
Okay, so it's under seasoned a little bit, and it's just a little dry. It's just overcooked. It has potential.
So this book doesn't work. It tells you set it for this if you're doing chicken. And
Okay, so let me see what the risotto looks like.
right now it's kind of soupy.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring it to me.
You want me to try to bring you the?
Well, I think people want to see.
Well, it's gonna be.
Oh my gosh, the French onion chicken was delicious too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So it's still soupy.
Okay, so can you line that up? So since I don't have a thing.
Yep.
Okay, so the risotto is just
it looks fine on camera, but it's
kind of
very
sloppy.
Wet. It's very wet.
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm
so
okay. Right now,
Okay. Can you give me a taste? And then let's show the broccoli.
You want to see the broccoli?
Yeah, we want to see the broccoli. Oh, he followed. Right, exactly. It's not your fault. He followed the recipe.
That was the plan, right?
Yeah, that was the exact plan. This is what we wanted.
There's
okay.
The Regrosso.
Okay. So, I mean, it's just a basic, there's nothing in it. It's not too bad though. It's so overcooked.
The risotto's overcooked?
Oh my God, it's like baby food.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn this off. I don't see the point.
No, we're not gonna eat that.
I don't really like this thing.
Okay. All right, Jeff's not a fan of the speedy. All right, let's see the broccoli.
Let's bring it over. Disaster.
Ah, it's crunchy. Oh,
It's a forest fire.
look at that.
Taste it. Don't do that. Oh, it's gonna taste like carbon.
All right, where's that vodka? No.
Take a little salt.
And all.
Here. Put a little salt on that chicken and see if that would have made the difference.
In all serious.
Should have cooked into it.
Okay, so now tell me what the instructions were.
All right.
And I'll just.
Here, I'll show you because to read it, you're just gonna say, well,
Okay.
let me see that.
All right. Of course, I can't say. Okay. So the idea with the speedy is that you pick these different things, right? Okay. So pick a base, which he picked risotto, and it said 1 cup of arborio rice to 4 cups water or stock.
I use
Okay.
chicken stock.
Pick your vegetable. Fresh broccoli, frozen or fresh mushrooms, frozen vegetables of choice, 1 cup.
I use 1 cup of frozen broccoli.
Okay. Pick a seasoning.
So here's how I came up with my seasoning.
Okay.
I bought these today.
Oh, honey mustard pork rinds. Is that what's on there?
That and panko. So instead of using a ton of panko, I used half the amount of panko I'd use, and I mixed it with pork rinds.
Oh, okay. I don't get any of that
Put a
flavor.
little salt in it, and you will totally get it. Try that. I put salt on there.
Oh,
Totally does it.
oh, that's unusual. Honey?
Best pork rinds I've tried.
They're good. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay, and then pick your protein.
Okay, so I picked chicken breasts because that's what we had.
Okay, so they say 4 breaded, which is kind of interesting, but it turned out all right. I mean, I've been always saying, don't steam with breaded stuff. That would be gross, but it wasn't so bad.
Let's see what the bottom looks like. Yeah, see the bottom.
Are gross.
Yeah, but you don't taste that when you cut it.
Yeah, you don't. Okay. All right, so we followed that and then get to cooking. So for chicken, it was $3.75 for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yep, that's what I did.
And did you go the whole 15?
Mhm.
Okay. So just a little bit overcooked. Oh, on the chicken.
But nothing burned on the.
Nothing burned, but it was just a little overcooked. But everything else was ruined. And they said to put did they tell you where to put these things?
I think the broccoli was supposed to go up with the chicken. In fact, if you look at the pictures, no, they don't show that.
No, you mix in the veggies with the base.
Oh, that's where I screwed up.
Oh, okay. So it's up there. So there's directions. So basically,
That might have been okay, but I don't know if broccoli in risotto would be any good. Especially
Okay.
if it's risotto.
Did you try the risotto?
Yeah, it tastes great. I mean, it tastes fine.
It's bland.
It's just chicken stock and risotto.
Yeah.
You could probably use some sour
Salt.
cherries, some dried cherries,
Salt, pepper, garlic,
wine,
Parmesan,
red wine.
and then usually I finish it with a little cream. Okay.
Did you try this with a little salt?
No. All right.
It makes a huge difference. It's
Yeah.
not great. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's better.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it's not bad, Jeff. I mean, even the broccoli. I mean, it was burnt, but much better with a little salt.
So I should have put the salt in with the panko, but I was afraid of salting.
That's so good. Okay, even though it's dry, very good. Now, why don't you put a little salt, pepper in that risotto, and let's see. But the risotto is just a gross texture. I mean, it's supposed to be soft, but this is kind of gross.
Just a little.
And it was very soupy.
Okay, mix that up.
Okay, now we're gonna add some salt and pepper.
I still have salt and pepper in my pinched in my fingers.
I have a feeling if you went 10 minutes,
Probably would have nailed everything, right?
oh my god!
But
Now, if you would have just put like a little bit of parm
Oh yeah.
and a little bit of cream in there. Oh my goodness. Mm. Now, even the texture isn't so bad when it tastes good. It's fine.
No, it's not. It's not horrible. It's not what you want in a risotto, but it's.
Did you taste after the salt and pepper went in? It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, much better. Okay. So, Abby, I think it's kind of hard to follow too, to be honest with you. So, this was, I mean, the Speedy book, you're probably talking about the Ninja Foodie book, but I find the Speedy book to be a little bit hard to follow. And maybe it's just the way that my brain thinks, but I don't really understand it. And I don't think that they like tell you too much about like layering your seasonings and things like that. So
I think it's a.
for very basic, it's going to be
I
fine.
think it's a really good tool with a really bad book.
Yeah.
So is the Ninja Foodie.
Yeah.
So that's probably good for the salted pepper.
Good for business.
Yep.
Oh, Barbara, I'm so sorry about that. Oh my gosh. Katrina, thank you. So it's good. I mean, it's good. Eating risotto out of a cup, a measuring cup.
I can see what you mean about chicken being just a little bit overcooked.
Just overcooked. Yep. But you know, once you got some seasoning in there, it's not bad. I mean, the broccoli's not salvageable. Okay, so Rachel, Jeff used the Ninja Speedy. I didn't have time to prep dinner today, and so I was testing a recipe, and I was supposed to make dinner, and I just didn't. I didn't get to it. So I thought it'd be fun while I was live for Jeff to try the Ninja Speedy out and not have any direction from me whatsoever, not one bit. I did not say one thing. And he made it, and he made it according to their quick start guide, and it was, I would say, 75% fail, 25% success. The 25% success is that Jeff did a really good job with his coating for the breading on the chicken. Really, really good. It looked beautiful. It's got enough crunch, and once you put a little salt on there, you really pulled the flavors out. So he did a great job with that one. Once the risotto was actually seasoned, it was pretty good. Broccoli was a total fail. That was unfortunately Jeff's fault. He didn't read where you're supposed to put it in with the risotto. It's not supposed to be up and out for that long, or it gets overcooked. And I think there was a little bit too much liquid in the risotto, and I think he went just a little bit too long. But to give the cookbook its fair thing, it said 10 to 15 minutes, and Jeff just went 15. And I think it probably would have been somewhere between 10 and 12. But anyway,
So
it's
always cook undercooked because you can continue.
Exactly. Always check your temperatures. Undercook, because you can always add time, but you can't take it away. Once your chicken's overdone, it's overdone. So that was fun. I don't want you guys to think by any stretch of the imagination that like dinner is like done. I'll just go over there and season up a little bit, put a little bit of Parmesan in, and we're going to eat just fine. You know, chicken's a little overcooked. That happens to me all the time. So anyway, Jeff did a great job. The Speedy did a so-so job. Would you concur?
Yeah. No, I think that the Speedy is perfect. It just you just need recipes, and you need tested recipes. So the book's a starting point, and I think there's going to be a lot of people who fail. I don't even know if they can hear me. I think there's going to be a lot of people who fail the way that I failed. But as long as you're willing to continue trying,
yeah,
you're good. It's a good tool. I like
because you found it just easy.
I found it easy. I like working with it.
Okay. Fair enough. Very cool. Now, see, I don't know. Now, what I would probably do with it, because it is just two layers. Now, you could do complete meals, because obviously you can if you want to put your vegetables in with your pasta or your rice or whatever, you can certainly do that. But I'm thinking that I would focus on 2 layers and do the vegetables separate for a lot of things.
You might be able to fit a layer in there if you find the exact, like if you found a fat daddy-o pan that you could drop in there, you'd have to build a layer,
Yeah.
and stuff. But it's a small cooking device.
It is small. It is small. It is small. Okay. Elise wants to know, what is a Ninja Speedy? It's their new, it's Ninja's new appliance. One of their new appliances. I think they have like 4 new ones. It's a cube. Yeah, it's a cube. It's cute. It's a cube. It's a 6-quart, so it's smaller than the Ninja Foodie, but different. Okay, because it's square. You can't pressure cook in it, but you can do anything else that the OL models do. So you can steam, crisp, steam bake, proof, sous vide. I mean, all kinds of things. Now I haven't tested all the functions out. I don't know. I made some bread and things in it today. And they turned out fine.
I tasted the garlic knots. They're excellent.
So this is the bread that I made. It's actually a pizza dough recipe. That I didn't feel like making all these garlic knots. So I ended up using I've got garlic in there, roasted garlic in the bread. So I used it, just made it into a bread. So it worked out fine.
I think.
This is a recipe. So this is the garlic knots. And they're the ones that are going to be the recipe. I'm so bad at like doing this. Anyway, they turned out really nice. They turned out perfect. But I did them. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Oh my gosh, they're good.
Did you use roasted garlic?
Yes, I use roasted and dried garlic. Oh my gosh, they're so good.
They're better than any restaurant I've ever had.
Of course they are. Oh my gosh, they're so good. So now I lost my train of thought because that was like heaven. That was like a bite of heaven. Oh my gosh, so good. What was I saying? I just snorted. Oh my gosh. Elise, I don't know if it's in Canada or not. I think it is. And Eddie says, add some ketchup or barbecue sauce and we're good. Yep, that's it. Add some barbecue sauce. Actually, the chicken, it's just a little overcooked. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here so that I know I was in the middle of saying something and I don't remember what it was. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here and eat dinner with Jeff. And did you just make one or two?
I made two. I put one in a.
Are you going to take it to work?
Lunch.
Okay, good.
So we can split. You can have for lunch and I
No.
can.
You can have the whole thing. I'll make something else. The only thing worse than dried chicken is reheated dried chicken. No, thank you. Oh, he's such a good sport. All right. Love you guys. I just snorted again. What's wrong with me? Oh my gosh. How embarrassing. I'm like laughing and snorting. Yep, my dog really tells me when it's time. He's like, Mom, shut up. Get off. It's time for you to get off. Okay, I'm reading one more thing though, because I've got, it's a big one. Colleen, any lean meat, use the bacon grease to add in flavor in the searing part of your cooking meats. We're pretty much keto low carb. Oh, okay, I see. You're helping Brittany out. Gotcha. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you next Tuesday for Tasty Tuesday. And yeah, then we'll be doing we'll be cooking that day. So that'll be fun. All right. Have a great night. And I love you all. And we will chat soon. Bye-bye. Oh, what kind of dog? You got me at dog. You got me to stay. What kind of dog?
I'll lift him up.
Oh, he'll lift him up. So this is Gus. This is Gus. This is my baby. This is my baby. That's my baby. He's my baby. I love him. So Gus is a little rescue dog, and he has got a liver shunt. So he was stunted. So he's like supposed to be a big dog, and he's not. He's a little dog. And
he might have some cane corso.
Yeah, we have no idea. I think he's got Jack Russell the way he jumps. That's for sure.
Got a lot of everything.
He is really, but he's such a good dog. Such a good dog. And then we have a pit bull mix and another wannabe pit bull mix, right?
Which one?
Callie's not really. She's
Callie's
not really pit.
Got
George definitely
hound
is.
Dog in her.
Yeah. But anyway. All right, guys. I will see you later. Bye-bye. Have a good night.